Hey guys, how's it going? Solo back with another Friday daily update video. I hope everybody had a great trading day. Hope everybody ended the week green. My trading day did not go so well, and I really don't want to make this video right now just because I'm in such a bad mood, but I ended up losing $200 today, and that's in realized losses, meaning that money is gone, it's out of my account, I have nothing to show for it. So we're going to talk about what I did and what you should not do, and then we'll do some updated technical analysis on space and also on AMD to finish up the video. But let's get right into it. Not a great day in the market, right? Looking at the heat map here, more red on the board, much more red on the board than there's green. It was kind of a flat to red day. And take a look at the tech sector. Amazon, Google, Facebook, Microsoft, Apple, all down around 1%. Semis got hit pretty hard as well. Nvidia down 2.6%, AMD down 1%, Qualcomm 1%, Micron almost 1%. So just really not a good day for the big name companies that have kind of been propping up the market for so long. But I had the bright idea, and this is how I lost my money, of trying to day trade Virgin Galactic. If you've seen my previous videos from earlier this week, you know that was something that I was trying to do, something that I wanted to get into to see if I can try and just scalp some premium throughout the day, make a little bit of taco money here and there, maybe pay for dinner every night. You know, not trying to get rich, but if I can get 10, 20, 30, maybe 50 bucks in the matter of a few minutes or an hour, well, that's an easy gain and I'll take that every day. So I tried to do that today. I was looking for my perfect setup. And I'm going to show you what I believe has been working for me, and that's going to be right here. So I took a screenshot of my Thinkorswim platform, and this is the setup that I was looking for the past 2 days when I decided I wanted to day trade. So just to explain what we're looking at here, these are 1 minute candles. So we're looking at space. I have a custom script that actually one of our Discord members gave to me that calculates the IV rank for every ticker. So that was really cool. So the IV rank on space right now is 26. I have the 3 indicators that I use to decide when I believe is a good entry point, whether to open an option or at this time I was trying to buy some shares to try and swing trade it or day trade it. So what I look for is this purple line is the VWAP, the VWAP, the volume weighted adjusted price. So what I want is I want the stock to be trading below the VWAP, meaning I think the stock is quote unquote on sale, meaning it's trading cheaper than it should be based on the VWAP. So if I want to open up a cash good put, this is something I look for. Today, obviously you want to buy low, sell high. So I was looking for the stock trading below the VWAP, which it was for the first about 10 to 15 minutes, as you can see from 9:30 to about 9:43 a.m. Eastern time. It was trading below the VWAP. So checklist number 1 is a go. The next thing I looked for, this line here is the Rsi curve. So I want the RSI to show that the stock is oversold. So you can see this RSI is right now below the 30 level, which is this solid line here. And this is the 70 level up here. So checklist item number 2, we're a go. And the third thing I look at, these red and blue bars here are what's called the Ttm Squeeze Indicator. And I found this on YouTube that another YouTuber is using. So I always like to try out new indicators. So I said, you know what, let me check this out, see if I like it. Because in the past, I've tried Bollinger Bands, didn't really do it for me. I've tried other things, again, didn't really work for me. I don't like MACD, that's just a personal preference. I know it's very popular, I know a lot of people use it. It just wasn't for me. So what this Ttm Squeeze Indicator shows is basically momentum. So when the lines are blue, there's obviously bullish momentum. And then when they change colors and start getting smaller, you can see we're kind of reversing direction. So what I want to see is a lot of negative momentum, right? I want to see a lot of bearish momentum. So I want to see big red bars. And that's exactly what I got. So that's my third checklist item that I look for personally. And I think once I get all 3 of these going for me, usually it's a great time to open up a cash good put, or if you want to reverse it, kind of at the peaks of the blue bars, if the stock is trading above the VWAP, the RSI is overbought, and we're at the peak of the blue bars here, that would be a great time to sell some covered calls. So I got this set up early in the morning, and like I said, it checked off all 3 boxes for me, and I said this is a great time to buy shares. So I bought shares right here at 9.43, and so I ended up buying actually 400 shares of Virgin Galactic, and at the time I bought them for $23.75 a share, okay? And I bought 400 shares. And right thereafter, you can see the stock started going up. So I thought, great, this is working out perfectly. I bought in right here at the low, because that's when I saw the RSI was showing that it was oversold, and immediately the stock started going back up. So perfect scenario. Let's take a look at the Robinhood graph now. So that's right here. So if you look, 23.75, I basically timed that peak perfectly. And then the stock rocketed back up. So it was all the way up to 24.39. Up here, I was already up somewhere between $150 and $200. Just being greedy, I thought this was going to be like that pattern that I always talk about where we sell off in the morning and then we just go green all day long, especially since space has had 2 big green days. I held on, right? And so, as you can see by the graph, we started selling off. So then what happened was I got nervous and I wanted to sell off my shares before we dipped below where I bought them for. So I actually ended up selling them somewhere around here, around this kind of upswing, and I sold them for $23.83 a share. So if you've been doing the math, that means I made a profit of 8 cents a share. Not much, but you know, it's honest work, right? So 8 cents a share times 400 shares that I had, that means I made 32 bucks in the matter of a few minutes. Not bad, right? That'll buy you some tacos. I could pay for my dinner tonight. So then I was sitting pretty, having a good day, and then I kept watching the space chart, and lo and behold, the same setup presented itself. And I'm going to show you that right now. So here's what I saw a little bit later. So this is around 11 a.m. So same thing. Space was rallying. You can see it was trading above this VWAP line. So that is not what I want to see. But then around 11:15, it dipped below the VWAP, which is item number 1 that I look for. RSI, you can see right here, it was showing oversold. So item number 2, check. And we had big red bars on the Ttm Squeeze Indicator. So that's another check mark. So again, I had the setup just like I had in the morning, and I was hoping that we would have another reversal and the stock would go up and I can make another 10, 20, 30 bucks. Easy, right? Well, unfortunately, that didn't happen, because take a look at this. So this is around 11:15 a.m. Let's take a look at Robinhood to see where we were. So 11:15 a.m. was right around here, okay? What I wanted the stock to do was go up, but Space had other plans. It went straight down, rallied back up a little bit, down again, rallied back up back a little bit, down again, tried to rally back again, down again. So overall, we started selling off. So I ended up closing that position for a loss, unfortunately. Now you could have said to yourself, well, why didn't you just hold the shares and just try and swing trade it? See if you could have made a profit on Monday or Tuesday. And you're right, I could have, but just based on the technical analysis on Space, which let's take a look at right now since we're talking about it. One thing that I should have known better, and I didn't listen to my own technical analysis, because if you saw my prior videos, you know I kind of said that I thought Space was going to pull back. The RSI was looking very close to being overbought. We're trading far away from the 21 and the 50-day moving averages. So honestly, I don't know what I was thinking, but take a look at what happened. We had this area of resistance at about $24 and some change. We got above it intraday, but we couldn't close above it. So if I zoom out here, that $24 and change level is the recent intraday high as of October 20th. So that is certainly going to act as an area of resistance. The second time I bought shares, I bought them at $24.15. So I bought them pretty much right at the area of resistance. I don't know what I was thinking, because it would have taken a lot of extra juice for Space to go above that. But like I said, I wanted to cut my losses. I didn't want to have to stress about this over the weekend. And I said, you know what? I'll just take the loss. So I ended up selling off the shares towards the end of the day, somewhere around 2 o'clock-ish. So I sold them off somewhere around here. Luckily, I sold them off here and didn't hold them till power hour, because I thought about doing that, thinking, oh, maybe space will rally hard during power hour. I'm so glad I didn't, because look at it, we sold off even harder. So I ended up selling off my shares at a loss for $23.57. So $24.15 is what I bought them for. $23.57 is what I sold them for. So I lost 58 cents per share times 400 shares. That means I lost $232 on that day trade. So if you put it all together, I made 32 bucks in the morning. I lost $232 in the evening. So basically, I am down 200 bucks on the day exactly. I should have, in retrospect, just taken my 32 bucks, bought some tacos, had a nice dinner this evening, and just been happy with myself. But, you know, I think the learning point here is that in my mind, I did everything right in terms of I waited for the perfect setup to show up again. I didn't force a trade. And this just goes to show you that just because you have a system in place, just because you have a plan, just because the technical indicators or your technical analysis makes sense, nothing is guaranteed, right? Everything works until it doesn't. So who knows? Maybe you could just say I got unlucky because if I have this 3-item checklist, maybe 9 times out of 10 it works. And maybe this was the one time that it didn't. But this is why there's no way for any individual to just consistently make money without taking any losses. It's just impossible. There are too many variables in the stock market to account for. I mean, you could have the perfect setup, the perfect TA, the perfect indicators, but if some news breaks, that's going to throw all of it out the window. Now, as far as I know, there was no news that broke on space, so I think this was just the market being the market. And in fact, the whole market kind of sold off. Let's take a look at AMD to finish up the video here. And the whole market kind of sold off during power hour. Take a look at this. From 3 p.m. to market close, AMD also sold off hard. Look at how choppy AMD was today. And the funny thing was, and I put this out in the Discord server in the morning too, was that in general, the market looked choppy. Let's take a look at SPY, the S&P 500 ETF. And you can see that was also pretty choppy all day long. But take a look at this. Really sold off hard during power hour, actually from about 2:30 till market close. So, you know, I should have not gotten greedy. I should have just listened to my gut and said, you know what? It's a choppy day today. These are the worst days, in my opinion, to trade options or stocks. I should have just taken my money and just left it and not gotten greedy with it. But you live and you learn. What are you going to do? Hope everybody else had a green day. Let me know what you would have done in my shoes. Is it just bad luck, or, you know, am I using the wrong indicators? Let me know if you have a little setup that you like to use when you decide to open up a trade. I'm very curious to hear what other people do. As always, if you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Make sure you join our Discord server if you're not in there already. There's only about 1 week left for the November special pricing. There's 7 slots left, last I checked, because I opened up more since there was so much demand that we sold out within the first week. Hope everybody has a happy weekend and happy trading.